Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and welcome back everybody to a brand new video on the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today what we're going to be going over are the 5 biggest things that Treyarch removed from Black Ops 4 Zombies, and these can be anything along the lines of Easter egg quests that got removed or cut features that were removed for one reason or another. We're going to discuss and get into all of that today. However, just before we do that, if you guys don't mind sparing a second to leave a like rating on the video, it does help me out very much. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be brand new to the channel, as well as we're getting so close to 200,000. Every single one does help, and you have plenty more zombies content coming out in the very near future. Also, one final thing that I figured I should let you guys know: by the time you're watching this video, I'm going to be on a trip with some of my friends. I'll be gone for about 10 days, and if there's anything big that happens in the realm of zombies, I'll try to cover it as best as I can. But for the next couple days, I'm going to have videos on the channel that are already ready, but if anything new happens, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover it. But just want to let you guys know that if you want to keep up to date with me and everything that's going on, make sure to follow my Twitter, which will be linked down below in the description, just so you can stay up to date with everything that I got going on. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into these 5 biggest things that Treyarch removed from Black Ops 4 Zombies. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the removal of Juggernog. Now, this is no news to anybody who's probably watching this video. If you're familiar with Black Ops 4 Zombies in any capacity, Jug has been a staple of the Call of Duty Zombies franchise ever since World at War, but in Black Ops 4, this is a removed perk. It's no longer in the selection for you to put onto your character and run in your games. Now, what's interesting here is the reason why Juggernog got removed, and it's probably not the reason you might think. We got some insider information that gave us some light on this subject and really helped us figure out why Juggernog was not added as a staple perk inside of Black Ops 4 Zombies. So this all started back a couple of months ago when some Blood of the Dead pre-alpha leaked gameplay got out to the public. I don't think a lot of people saw it, but it was something that I ended up seeing when it did come out, and it was quite a substantial amount of time before the actual release of Blood of the Dead, or really before we knew anything about it. But it was a very old build, right? None of the textures were on, half the map probably wasn't even completely finished yet, and it was just overall really not even in a playable state or anywhere close to being finished. But in that pre-alpha gameplay, the perk system at the bottom had Juggernog included, as well as like some of the OGs like Double Tap. It had an Electric Cherry, had Mule Kick. Mule Kick is still in the game, but it was in a different form within the pre-alpha gameplay. But Juggernog was a perk that was originally planned to be inside of BO4 Zombies, but the reason it got changed is pretty fascinating. From what we understand, the problem with having Juggernog in Black Ops 4 from the original build was the fact that it was hard to balance that health with the armor system that they were trying to use. The armor is now a completely separate bar in the current build of Black Ops 4 as well, and that honestly wasn't supposed to be the original intention. I believe armor was going to be in the main bar of your health. I don't really know how all of that was going to be integrated, but they couldn't balance Juggernog with using the armor system and the specialist weapons. It just wasn't working right, so they opted to remove Jug. They obviously lowered the health to 150 on launch, and then people complained about it. They bumped up to 200, so right now it's pretty much the equivalent of having Juggernog, and based on that system where that had to be removed, they also had to rework things like Speed Cola and Double Tap as well. Those pretty much completely got canned, not just Jug, but that was probably one of the most important ones and the one that definitely people freaked out the most about. But in my opinion, this is not even something that should be looked on in a negative light. Treyarch wanted to rework a system that became very crutch and old to players, and they wanted to do something new. And right now, I think it's balanced like really well. We have 200 health, so we have Jug back. We have Double Tap now that we know that if you pack-a-punch your gun multiple times, it becomes the equivalent of that perk. And then Speed Cola just recently got added to the game when you have all 4 of your perks as a modifier. So, and we also have the other 4 to choose on as well. Like, you can't beat that. Now, players have all the perks that they feel like they needed from the beginning of the game, plus 4 extra slots, and it ended up all working out in the end. But still, the fact is, Juggernog, Double Tap, and Speed Cola are these big perks that just got absolutely dumped. So that got cut out for a pretty interesting reason, and let's go see what we got coming up next. So the next thing I want to talk about is a Easter egg that was cut out from the map 9. Now, this seems to be the map that I would say most players seem to really gravitate towards, or it's definitely a favorite out of Black Ops 4 right now. Obviously, everybody's got their own preference, but 9 seems to be a map that most people enjoy, and that being said, there's tons of side Easter eggs as well as the main Easter egg to go after. There's a lot to do in the map. It's very well designed in my opinion, and I gotta give it an overall good rating. But we've got some information that there was a really cool little side Easter egg that you could do in the map 9, but it was seemingly removed for whatever reason. Now, unfortunately, aside from the Juggernog thing and the perk system that we talked about last time, we don't have as solid of an answer as to why this was removed, only the fact that currently it's not there. So evidently, from what we know, there was a side Easter egg to where you you could pick up a couple of items and do a few things with it. The details are very muddled, but what the end result would be was that you could get the crowd that surrounds the entire stadium of the map to do the wave, and they would probably, from what we understand, be doing it the entire match. If you've never seen a crowd wave, I suggest you look it up. It's something that's very popular at sports games and things like that. Just whenever there's a big stadium of people, they like to do the wave, and there was an Easter egg to make the crowd of 9 do that, and we don't know what happened to it. I feel like it's such an easy effect to do, but we don't know why it's gone. Now, I will say this though, even though it's likely that it's not there anymore, if you want to go and hunt it, there is a chance that it's still in the game, but it's been reworked from its previous way and its previous patch, and you just have to do something a little bit different to get it. So if you're really feeling like that, you want to Easter egg hunt how to get the crowd to do the wave, it's probably like a very, very easy side Easter egg, and honestly, if it's still in the game, it might not be too hard to find, but I'm going to go ahead and say right now that this was removed until further notice. So now I want to talk about something that apparently they removed because it was a glitch, but I literally thought for the longest time that this was an in-game feature, and in my opinion, this worked well as something that was a part of the game. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, a while ago, or just I guess as of a few days ago, it's no longer available, but there was a glitch apparently to where when somebody is using the Path of Sorrows in your game, that's the Katana Specialist weapon, and I don't even think it had to be leveled up. If anybody who's running the Katana and they're using it and you're within the vicinity of that character, you would be granted Speed Cola on your person while that Katana is active, and as soon as it goes away, then you go back to your regular slower reload speed. And I thought that this was their way of giving us a little bit of Speed Cola or something to help out, but I was like, I mean, that's kind of lame because you can only do it in co-op games, and it's like, enjoy your 8 seconds of reloading faster, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it was part of the game, and I like appreciate it for what it was. I didn't think it was broken or game changing or anything like that, but in Treyarch's recent patch notes for the huge 10 gig update that they released for Black Ops 4, they said they resolved an issue where a player could reload quicker while another player was using the Path of Sorrows. So guys, it turns out they removed that feature because it was a glitch, not because it was an in-game feature that actually worked very well to their benefit. They removed it because apparently it wasn't supposed to even happen, which really blew my mind when I read that. And I guess this makes sense if they, you know, now that we have Speed Cola, it makes sense because that could probably break some of the mechanics if they left a faster reload in for that, but I just thought that was really weird. So guys, coming in at our number 2 spot is an absolutely fascinating one, and this is going to be the Pentagon Thief in the map Classified. Now, if you're familiar with the original map 5 from Black Ops 1, the Pentagon Thief was an enemy boss that would spawn every couple of rounds. That would be a mini boss, and he would take your weapons. If you kill him quick enough, you'd have a chance to get a bonfire sale, but he was one of those mini bosses that in some maps it's completely defined by that character and really helped to give 5 its identity, in my opinion. Otherwise, it was just kind of like a generic, you know, Pentagon kind of zombies map, but the Pentagon Thief really helped it stand out, in my opinion, and a lot of people expected him to make a return in Classified, and the map's been solved, the cutscene has come out and everything. There's a whole controversy with that, but we're not going to get into it, but basically, it seems that the Pentagon Thief was originally intended to be a part of this map in some way, whether he served the same function as he did back in the day, or he's completely new. Maybe he was the boss fight, as a lot of people were suspecting, including myself. That ended up not being the case, and he's not even in the game anymore. However, there is definitely some leftover textures and some code that signaling that he was part of this map at some point. Maybe there'll be an update to where he can be added in or something, but the running theory is right now that Treyarch didn't have enough time to finish adding the Pentagon Thief in and all the functions for this map by the time this was ready to come out. So whatever happened, that's what allegedly went down. We don't have really any idea, and I don't want to jump to conclusions because that doesn't really get us anywhere. But the Pentagon Thief at the end of the day is removed from this map, unfortunately, and you really hate to see that. Now finally, coming into at our number 1 spot, the absolutely most interesting thing that Treyarch removed, I'm going to put that in quotations and explain why, is the upgrade to the Golden Spork in Blood of the Dead. We have reason to believe, we have evidence, and we know that there is a further upgrade to the Golden Spork in this map. Now, you might be asking, why has nobody found this yet if it's absolutely confirmed? Well, we think that Treyarch have either tinkered with the steps and it's still in the game, you just have to do it a little bit differently, or it's been completely reworked, or the other idea is that it's just scrapped for good and we're never going to see it again. Either way, this was a part of the game at some point and may still be. Now, the Golden Spork has an upgrade called the Spork Knife from what we know, and this is what it looks like. This is actually pulled from the game, and you can see that one is a spork, and the other end we got a little bit of a golden knife going on with some jewels encrusted on the front of the utensil as well. Now, the way that we were told to upgrade this item actually gets pretty insane. So obviously you need to get the default spoon from the docks. Then you need to obviously go get your magma or acid gat and then do the golden spork, which really doesn't take that long, to be honest. And it's fairly easy as well. Knock down the water tower, pick that one up. Now here's where things get wild. You need to get the golden spork and then bring it over to a bathtub that is near the new industry section. That bathtub exists in the game. There's also some other components that are going on with the Easter egg in there too. But you bring the golden spork over to this bathtub and get 100 melee kills by this bathtub, and then what that should do is activate a hand to come out of the bathtub, and then you give it the golden spork. And then you have to go find 3 small stones around the map that correspond with the trap, and then get 100 trap kills to each corresponding stone. So that's 300 in total. Bring those encrusted jewels back to the hand. That should add it to the weapon, and then apparently we get the upgrade. But from what we know, and our source has confirmed this, that this Easter egg was noted as not working. Now, in my eyes, there's only 2 options which could have really happened here. Either this step has been just a little bit reworked, the item is still in game, we just have to find it differently, or these steps were broken, and as of right now, they've just been completely scrapped from the game. And it's a shame because this weapon looks absolutely incredible. If the golden spork itself one hits until round 34, and it's, you know, you have to do all of that to even attain that particular weapon, I can't even imagine what this will melee to, or maybe if it has even better abilities. Like, I don't even want to think about that because I have no idea, but it is a really sick weapon which I hope we see one day, but it may be just 100% removed. We don't really know for sure, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for today. I think these were 5 things that Treyarch removed from Black Ops 4 Zombies. Some we might see back in one form or another, or some are probably completely gone for good. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and also subscribe if you haven't done as well, and I will see you all on the next live stream or the next video. Take it easy, guys, and peace out.